Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech, the
Number one tech morning show in the world, baby. Good morning.
baby, baby. We are here in living color, man, and so just so excited to get this show on the road. Thank you guys for watching with us and rocking with us. If you are new, you could always go to youtube.com/. At Talk That Tech Show. That's youtube.com/. At Talk That Tech Show. You can see right there at the bottom. Same thing's true with Instagram and also with Twitch. So if you have not, go over there and check it out, man. Let us know where you're tuning in from this morning to see where you are tuning in from. And what we're going to do is normally how we always start the show. How was your weekend? So let us start there. Trey, how's your weekend? How was it?
Bro, my weekend was it was a little mid this weekend, man. I was a little tired. Uh
I hear that.
the the baby is starting to wake up like at early time. So she's waking up at 4 and like wanting to be up. So like,
Yeah.
sitting up and playing, and I'm like, yo, I need a little bit more time because I got work to do as well. So it's
Yeah.
been going on for like the week and a half or something like that. But anyways, yeah, outside of that, man, it was pretty standard. Went to church, didn't do anything else outside of like videos and stuff like that. But yeah, went to church, man, had a good time there, and made it on back to the crib and just tried to rest. I went to my parents' home a little bit, uh, visited them, but that's about it for me, man. This week, this
Mhm.
week was slow motion, slow motion. How about yours, though?
Yeah, this weekend it was a lot. Like Saturday was just a lot of housework, getting things done. Before I get into that, though, let me go to the comment section because we got people in the building. We got Operation Tech Takeover versus Peace and Blessings family. We have
What's
Tech Coach
good?
Ralph in the building. Said good morning, fellas. So thank you guys for
Good
rocking with
morning.
us. We definitely appreciate it and want to make sure that we shout you out. Yeah, man. In regards to this weekend, Saturday was a busy day. Just doing. Normally, I kind of have that as my sixth day of work, where it's part working on the show, tech these tips. We had a good interview with Ayana Gardner. That was fun. Talked about
Hey,
talked about channel sales from her point of view, and it was really good. A lot of people, I think, really enjoyed that show. And then when it came time for the rest of the day, I was just doing errands, running around, ripping, running. 'Cause that's my day to do all home dedicated stuff. I mean, I do other stuff throughout the week, but that is my D day. So that's kind of
yeah,
how
yeah.
that rolled.
To check stuff
Uh,
off.
yeah, absolutely. And then yesterday was my birthday, and so just basically I was
Oh,
taking
snap.
out. Yeah, man.
What?
Remember that story I told you last year? I don't know, the year or the year before about how I have two birthdays. So
Nah, I don't remember that. Do y'all remember that? I don't remember that.
so yeah, so the story is like this. So my mom, um, up swears up and down I was born on March 2nd. Doctors have, it as March 7th. So listen, if I can't argue with the woman,
Ah,
she knows when I was born because she was
yeah,
going
yeah.
through the
She
pain
definitely
in
know.
labor.
Exactly.
Uh, so funny thing is I kind of really kind of like, oh, I'm officially my age after the seventh. So I don't know if y'all remember that story in the chat. Let me know if you remember that
I
story in
don't
the chat.
remember that, man. That's crazy. Yo,
Yeah,
that's wild. Well, y'all wish, man, wish Joseph a happy birthday, man. Yeah,
appreciate it.
happy birthday, man. I had no what, but two birthdays is wild. But I could see how maybe it could happen because second, seventh, second, seventh. So basically, boom, she came. You came out, and then they went over there to the other side of the building to put the stuff in, and they was like, "What's today? The second?" And she heard seventh, and then she just put it in, and then next thing you know, that's how the legend was. That's how the legend was made, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate Tech Coach Ralph. He said happy birthday. He also said Joseph turned 25 yesterday. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I will take that
Yeah,
and run
man.
with it. I just turned 25, so thank you for that. That is the way I want to celebrate my birthday. So yeah, man, thank you y'all for so much for just the general support, and we always appreciate you guys, and we always want to make sure that you know that you feel that you are welcome to the show. So if you are interested in doing so, go ahead and go ahead and if you have not subscribed, like I mentioned earlier. But also, this is a call-in show, so you go ahead. If you want to call into the show, feel free to do so. You can call right into the show right there. I dropped the link below, and just click that link if you want to call into the show and ask any specific questions that you may have. You don't have to show your face, but you could call into the show, and if you really want to vent about something that we're talking about, let it out. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. And so, with that being said, yeah, there's been a lot of things that happened this weekend, and some things could probably affect your wallet. And when I mean wallet, I mean your crypto wallet. But oh yeah, I appreciate that. Operation take over. Two birthdays is diabolical. Brother Joe trying to double up on them presents. Listen, I'm just telling the story as it was given to me. I just
He's
came into
definitely
this world. It
doubling
had
up.
nothing to do with anything else. But that is hilarious. Well, listen, like I said, this situation, this story that we're about to just react to, is something that could affect your wallet. And when I mean wallet, I mean your crypto wallet. And so with that, I'm going to pass it over to Trey to tell you more.
Yeah, man. So y'all know we have something called Fort Knox here in the U.S., right? And that's where they hold all the gold. Okay, so I don't know where they're gonna put this stuff, but we're talking about cryptocurrencies, and how Trump is now saying, hey, uh, we have plans here in the U.S. to get a strategic crypto reserve. So just like we have the gold reserve, now we're gonna have a crypto reserve. And so yeah, basically as of yesterday, 2025 of March 2nd, 2025, it's the prices kind of went up a little bit, on the crypto side, mainly for the major cryptos, mainly because Trump has proposed a reserve that is going to pretty much position the US as the crypto capital of the world. So that means they going all in. They pushing all the chips in on crypto because we have the gold, now we need the digital stuff as well. So basically, um and also this reserves the stricter regulations that were with the Biden administration. They also kind of lowered those as well, so they took down the restrictions, and they're gonna make us the crypto capital of the world. So the other countries, y'all know that since crypto has became a thing, other countries have kind of built little nest eggs and things like that in crypto, especially like the smaller countries and stuff around the world. And now the U.S., we're diving in heavy. Y'all know how we try and do it over here. I guess we try and be the best at everything. I think at least that's normally what they say. So here's what they named. All right, so Trump named 5 digital assets for inclusion, and this is what they said: Bitcoin, all right, or AKA BTC, Ethereum, aka ETH. Those are going to be like the core reserves that the money is put into, and literally they rose a little 8%, 8 to 11%, respectively. Like I think it was Bitcoin 8 and ETH went up 11. So that was crazy. XRP 33%, Solana 22%. These are what they went up since this announcement, and then Cardano 63%. I'm sorry about that. I'm tripping this morning. These percentages that I'm saying are the amounts that we're going to have in these things. So and they all saw gains. Okay, now the market impact, y'all, on this we'll have to see on the long run, but the announcement, it reversed a week-long crypto downturn. So I don't know if y'all been keeping up with this. Y'all know it kind of has been on a downturn like for a little bit now, but um Bitcoin, it surpassed 91,000 after kind of going all the way down to 84,000. Cryptos that were linked to stocks like Coinbase, um and micro strategies, they rallied, they went up a little bit. So basically, um after this announcement, all stuff started going up, obviously, which normally happens. So we'll see what happens in the long term, though. So as far as the regulations, um following Trump's January 2025 executive order that directed the crypto working group to explore reserve options. This is contrasted against Biden's era policies that really focus on fraud prevention and stricter oversights, right? So, they were basically saying like, hey, we need to see how we can make this money off of these people. And so they kind of took those down. SEC, they dropped cases against Coinbase and Robinhood, signaling a softer approach. So they made some major changes, right? So we'll see what ends up happening with this. But yeah, y'all, if y'all aren't already in, or if y'all are, obviously, if y'all are, then maybe this was a good signs for you. If you're not, then maybe this might pique your interest and bring you in to try and see if you can get involved. But yeah, man, that's what's going on in these streets on the crypto side. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, listen, y'all, let us know if this is affecting you in any way, shape, or form. Were you one of those people that basically locked in at some amazing prices back in the day and are secretly holding out and getting your coin rising right now and basically enjoying it? Or are you kicking the air because you missed out on this opportunity to get your money in there? But let's talk to Tech Coach Ralph for a second here. He says,
Never too
seems like
late.
the reserves keep going more towards non-physical standards. Gold standard to printed paper, now digital currency.
Yeah, man. History repeats itself. We know this. Apparently, I don't even know. They're trying to get into Fort Knox right now. I think. I've been seeing stuff in the news about it. I feel like, so we'll even see if the gold is still there or not. Obviously, it should be. But yeah, I agree with you, bro. Like, further and further away from the physical thing that we know holds value. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Y'all, so let's know what you feel about in the comment section. I feel like we're talking about Trump a lot more than I thought I would on this channel, since it was technology based. But there's a lot of initiatives that have kind of played itself, whether it
And
was
that's
us
and that's
being
the
the
thing.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was gonna say. That's the thing, right? Like, I think they were kind of focused on tech and stuff, so it
Hmm.
it it's kind of heavy in there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
wild.
and Dogecoin, all the different stuff that played a part. We could kind of see like this administration. I think even more than anyone I've seen before is heavily
Yeah,
involved with this. Oh yeah, alt season baby, Dr. J. We have Dr. J on Instagram. He says ISO 2022. The new standard was supposed to be official March 10th. They pushed it to July. That's when ISO coins will go up. Ah, I see. So he's mentioning how
good
much.
looking out.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so yeah, we're definitely gonna see that trend rise. So thank you so much for shouting on IG, because this is something that we need to talk about some more. In fact, I got Tech Coach Ralph here as well. He says when you get into Fort Knox and you see it's all empty, they'll say it's all digital now. Uh, so, but listen, hey, listen, all this is important stuff because
Yo,
this affects us. We kind of, if you think about, I mean, I know this is like technology that is so common nowadays, we don't even think about it. But we thought about when we went from swiping our debit cards or our credit cards to when they start having a chip, how people start losing their mind. And that was like, man, that's nothing compared to what we're going to see in the next couple of years in regards to currency and where things are going to go. And
yeah,
so, and then Dr. also said all banks will be reliant on these financial technologies, and we're starting to see that already. And
yeah.
the ones that are late to the party, they're getting hip to it and they're switching things around as well.
Or they falling off.
Oh well, yeah. But I definitely see an uptrend for sure in that. So listen, y'all. Like we said earlier, is this something that's going to affect your pockets? Let us know in the comment sections below. And if you want, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to drop the link as well. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and you could call into the show. You click the link there to call into the show. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. If you want to show your face, that's awesome as well. But feel free to call into the show if you want to share any thoughts on anything that we're talking about. Also, if you want to vent as well, because if this affects you in any which way or form, let us know in the comment section below. We have a full docket, but if you call into the show today, you could always go back to any topic and say, hey, listen, I got to talk about this thing. I know you want to go on talking about this, but I want to talk about X, Y, and Z. So
Yeah, for
go
sure.
ahead and let us know. What were you going to say, Trey?
No, I was just gonna say, for sure, we'll move some stuff around for you, baby.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that for sure. So So don't hesitate to call into the show and let us know some thoughts that you have. Again, you have to show your face, but you can definitely call in and we'll definitely bring you up so you can share your thoughts on any topic that we're covering today. And so, with that being said, as we're moving the show along, we are going to stop and talk about some upcoming events that I think will be something that you would actually love to hear. So we got the Tech Wire right now. The segment is powered by Black Tech Global, your premier directory for upcoming tech events. Visit blacktechglobal.com for more. And so for right now, I'm just going to name a couple of things off for you, but feel free if you have anything that you like, I want you to put it in the comment section below. Say, oh, that's the one for me. And so we have a few different things that are coming up here. Number one, we have Sisters in Sales Mastering the Tech Hive Mixer that's happening today in Cleveland, Ohio. $0 for that. Then in March 5th, we have STEM Social in Chicago STEM Mixer that's also happening on the 5th. It's going to be $40 for that. So if you're in Chi-Town, stand up. That's for you. Then we also have the National Society of Black Engineers annual convention that's happening in Chicago, Illinois as well around that same time. It's going to be from March 5th to the 7th. There's an $860 price tag on that. But again, this is a convention. And if you have been there before, you know what it's all about. So if you're in Chicago or you're going to be there, put it in the comment section as well. Then we have the Mixer Cloud, Dallas Tech Industry Mixer happening in Dallas, Texas for $20 on March 6th. Then March 7th to the 9th, BlurCon is in the building. So if you're in Arlington, Virginia or plan to be out there, definitely check it out. We got a couple more and then we're back in the show. Last two, Baddies in Tech. Socialite Hour Mixer that's happening, National Society of Black Engineers, was happening around the 7th, last day of NESB. $0 for that. And then last but not least, March 14th, we have Sisters in Sales, Inspiring Sellers Summit 25. It's a virtual event, $200 to join, but if you have been there before, it is an amazing value. Fawn Weaver actually was a part of the actual summit that they had in person. And so you want to make sure that you are present to these events if they apply to you. So I'm going to go to the comment section real quickly and see what the comments are showing up here as. And we got Operation Tech Takeover says, hello, Trey. You sound like Ronnie Coleman. Light work, baby.
Yeah, bro. Like it always makes me laugh when he says that too, man. When you see the videos and you watch the docs and stuff. But yeah, that's definitely his right there.
Oh man, listen, y'all. So thank you so much again for rocking with us. If you have not subscribed to the show, so you can hear more of Trey saying "baby" every time we are at a segment or making a point. So you don't want to miss that out. Now we have brought back our segment that we love to talk about, which is AI Tool of the Week. And today I'm going to pass it over to my friend to talk about Hugging Faces. Now you may say this is invasion of privacy, TMI, but no, there's actually more to it than a physical hug to the face. It's an AI tool that we think could be very helpful for you and your life and what you're planning to do.
Yeah, man. It's really one of those, like, yeah, you look at the name and it's you kind of scratch your head a little bit, like, oh, you might pass it up. It's like, what is that? But it's a really interesting place, man. This is a platform. I came across this platform and I thought it was really cool. It's possibly has something on there for you. Okay. And basically this platform, it it can you have access to thousands of AI tools for free. Okay, and it's called huggingface.co. And basically there the website is a community driven platform and it really helps users build and deploy machine learning models. So we kind of, if you're not someone who builds and deploys, you still can use it though, right? You might be using it for personal use or just to have some fun or to learn some new things. But it's a hub for sharing and testing AI work. That's really what it's for. So probably if you're a real techie person, you probably already know about this community or this place. But if you go to huggingface.co/spaces, this is going to give you all the tools that you can choose from and pick from and really take a look and test. And I really, since they are, what people are talking about, or maybe what people might know about the most, I just chose two of them that are really it really stuck out to me, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. I bet it's a whole bunch of other stuff on here. Now I haven't went through all the tools. It's a thousands of stuff on here, but DeepSeek, you can get their latest model, and basically you can go and use their latest model without necessarily giving your information to China if you're, into that kind of stuff, right? Like, oh no, I don't want them to have my information. Well, this is a way for you to be able to get into their latest model and use it without giving it to them or whatever. So you can do that, right? You can use the multimodal understanding. You can ask it questions, and they also have text to image as well. So you can use it for that as well. And that's the I'll have to link it in the comments, I guess. But yeah, the links to that specifically will be there. But then also, there is another side where y'all already know, probably, if you use ChatGPT, ChatGPT has a $200 version, right? Like they got the $200 version. Oh, is that it, Joseph? Yeah. So this is the model. Now, again, the interface, it don't look as pretty, right? Because it's about work. It's about work. So basically, you be able to put your stuff in or put in whatever you're asking, and then it will generate it through DeepSeek. But like I was saying, you also have open deep research with ChatGPT's $200 version. And so normally you'd need to pay like $200 a month to use DeepSeek or deep research. And on Spaces, there's a creator who replicated that, and then they doubled down by making it open source. So you can get access to ChatGPT's deep research for free, and you just have to go in and queue it. But you got to wait in the queue a little bit, I think, maybe a little bit, but nonetheless, it beats $200. So definitely wanted to bring those two out for y'all just to see what these creators are making and what they're doing over here in this community-driven space. It's called huggingface.co. And yeah, again, this one's not long, but nonetheless, it's very powerful. I think you can find something in there for yourself. Text to image, um, it's there. Video generation, it's there. Text generation, language translation, all of it. 3D modeling, image editing, code generation, it's all there, y'all. Voice cloning. So, anyways, in your spare time, when you feel like it, when you need it, go and check out huggingface.co. It might be some value there for you. I'm telling you. Oh, you muted, Joseph.
I'm busy talking. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. We got Tech Coach Ralph says, "Have y'all seen the image to video AI generation?"
Image to video is getting crazy, man. It's getting crazier and crazier by the day. I mean, I remember, it's crazy that we can say this so soon. I remember that Will Smith eating spaghetti video, and that was like mind blowing back then. It was still trash, but still, it was mind blowing back then. And now look where we came, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's
I was actually,
crazy.
there's a picture that I saw, um, that I was like, man, if I did this for one of my kids, I think I might get a little emotional. But basically, it was a picture of someone transitioning from young to old, like one of
Oh
those like
wow.
images from a picture,
Uh, yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, man, I felt it in mi corazón, and so I was like, yeah, I was like, oh man, I felt that one. So yeah, there's different use cases, and I mean, I think the ones that uh, really kind of resonate with people are the nostalgic ones. So the ones that whether it's a loved one, the ones that they take like pictures of people that passed away, maybe, and then they kind of have them like talking back to you and being able to kind of like, hey, it's me, and almost bring them back to life.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that a while ago too. It's just those are the type of ones that people are gonna be like, yeah, I'll pay some money for that. I'll go ahead and do that. Tech Coach Route said I generated some images, ran them through the video generation, and used it on some of my instrumentals. It's
I saw that.
crazy stuff. I wasn't expecting those results.
Yeah, I definitely saw that, Tech Coach Ralph. And yeah, I agree. It's really crazy what you can do now. But yeah, it was really that was really cool. I had a feeling that's what you did, um, and it looks good, man. It looks good.
Yeah, so kudos to you, man, for that. But it's crazy work in these streets for sure when it comes to this stuff. So definitely one thing that we're gonna keep an eye on. And if y'all have any stories about that, let us know as well. Is there any like stories that you have, or any AI tools that you said, hey man, I would love for you guys to cover this? Techo shit out says Terry knows my secrets. Trey, I always feel like.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. I just be I be peeping everything. I keep an eye and an ear to the streets. So it's rare that you can get something past your boy, only because I be clicking on stuff, man. I'll click on something, I don't know what it's talking about. By the end of the video, I might know a little something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see stuff nowadays, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know how you did that. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. I know how you did it.
Oh man. Yeah. So nothing gets by. Nothing gets by, y'all. Nothing gets by. But listen, if you want to share
Maybe
what
for a little
AI,
bit.
yeah, if you want to share an AI tool that you would love for us to talk about, or just to kind of bring up to awareness for the audience, go ahead and feel free to call in. Or you can also put it in the chat, and we definitely will love to jot that down and also bring it to the table the next time that we meet. So let us know. Let us know in the comment section below. And so, listen, y'all, like I said, we have a full docket, but if you do want to go back to any particular topic that we're going to talk about, then let's definitely do it. I do have an update for you about something that we did talk about for a while. A couple of episodes ago, we kind of brought light to this, and this was in regards to what we've been seeing with the announcements in regards to specifically layoffs. And so we're starting to see a slew of layoffs coming up. And so we thought it might be best to kind of provide you that update to let you know, hey, the latest on these updates that are happening with these companies that are laying off. What is really behind it? We kind of touched on it before, but we're going to dive back into that conversation. And this one we might stay on a little bit because I know that it affects a lot of people. We have friends that have experienced or been a part of layoffs. We have been part of layoffs in the past. And so we want to make sure that we create this space to not only provide the news, but provide you an opportunity to let your thoughts and your opinions be heard. And so with that, we're going to talk about what happened this February. So, huge companies, Meta, HP, and Salesforce, among many others, have implemented significant layoffs and broader economic pressures and strategic shifts toward AI and cost optimization. So, here's a breakdown of what each company has done in regards to cuts and driving, and what are the driving factors behind them, basically. So, let's talk about with like Facebook or Meta. They had about 3,600 layoffs, which is about 5% of their workforce. But again, 3,600
It's a lot.
individuals unfortunately had to be let go. So it targeted basically, it said it targeted low performers as part of the CEO's pledge to raise performance standards ahead of the intense year, which is focused on AI. As we mentioned in the past, there's an AI race, it's a technology race. And so the controversy about that is that some employees were not necessarily underperforming. There were actually some strong
Mm,
performance reviews from some employees that were still affected by layoffs, suggesting that this is not just a, hey, how your performance is lately, but it's a broader restructuring. Managers were reportedly allowed to include higher tier employees if reduction targets were not met,
mm.
which is crazy. Layoffs
So they just like
excluded,
scoop people
yeah,
in.
yeah. It's
No.
like, hey, we didn't meet that quota. Who else you got on the docket to go? And I'm like, I guess
Mm.
I'll go with them. But listen, if that's something you experience, put it in the comment section below, or somebody that you know. We want to hear your stories. We want to kind of broaden this out for today. And anyway, the layoffs excluded. Get this. So if you, might be something to think about. The layoffs excluded workers in Germany, France, Italy, Netherlands, due to their local regulations. So it's like,
Oh,
listen, I might have to move out of the state and get work for
you
my
can't
company
fire
in
me.
another
You
country
can't fire me.
because those countries apparently protect you better than the U.S. So that's Meta, right? Now we also have HP here. So Get some water real quick.
I need to get up on my French.
Absolutely.
No, I don't know if I want to go there. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, HB, they announced it was 2,000 layoffs actually, and part of the whole Future Now campaign restructuring plan that they have to save 300 million by late 2025. So 300 million by the end of this year, citing that tariffs, interestingly enough, concerns and a need to diversify supply chains. 90% of it is in North America. Excuse me, 90% of North American products will be made outside of China by 2025. So, so the whole tariff thing is been an issue for them, and so that's how they're looking to restructure. Which we could talk about tariffs and how that affects the economy in the comment section or call in for that. But basically, that's what their issue was, and basically following follows a strong quarter one. They had a strong Q1, earnings driven by AI powered PCs, but they anticipate that the tariffs will actually affect them and have a decline at the end of Q2. So that's another company. So Salesforce, 1,000 layoffs. So this is about 1.5% of their workforce. The shift toward an AI efficiency, which is very huge. The CEO Mark has been talking about that for a while. Halting software engineer hiring due to AI productivity gains, and simultaneously, the company is hiring 2,000 sales roles. I'm going to say that for those who are looking for work, 2,000 sales roles to push AI like it's contact center agent assist. So they're hiring that many people. And so the common drivers across all of these layoffs have been rising interest rates, inflation, and the post-pandemic over hiring, which that's what they say is leading to it. I mean, it's been what, how many years since that?
A long time. Like,
It's been a long time, but the ripple effect is
yeah,
still happening.
yeah.
And so companies like Meta and Salesforce are relocating resources to AI development, rendering some roles redundant. I could kind of see that. I could see that.
I
And then
definitely
also,
can.
yeah, and then investor pressure, stock prices decline, and profitability concerns accelerate restructuring. So February's layoff surge, according to the news articles that we went through, 184% compared to January 2025, which is bananas,
Mm.
signaling an industry-wide pivot to leaner operations and technological and economic shifts. So, y'all, let us know what are your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Before I dive into what I think, I want to hear. We want to hear from you, as this is something that has a ripple effect. When these, unfortunately, when these larger companies sneeze, the rest of the industry catches a cold sometimes. But what are your thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, this is crazy, bro. And it's one of those things. Obviously, it's been happening over the years, right? But uh, you're just really able to see like how some of this stuff is just it's been affected, and then how it trickles down and it affects the everyday people. And so now we're looking at, oh, well, now and when I'm working, every now and then, maybe I need to check back and see how what's happening in the broader space. How is that
Mhm.
affecting my specific company or the specific industry that I work in? Right? Like, do I need
Yeah,
to start preparing a certain way? Like you mentioned with HP, like, oh, if these
yeah,
tariffs do come on, now our prices are gonna go up a bit. Well, how are we gonna offset that? Some companies are going to offset it by raising the price a little bit. And obviously, just based on looking at HP, some companies are going to lay off some people.
yeah.
Right. So it's yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. We definitely should keep our eyes and ears on the pulse of what's going down. Just so that we can every now and then check in. Oh, how is this new thing gonna affect my company or my business? Oh, it's not. All right, cool. Let's keep pushing. It is. Maybe I need to take a look into this. But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, it definitely speaks to me that there's gonna be a need for more of a pivot as individuals, in the sense of if you're at a company and things are going well, if you're in a place where they are working in these different areas. So as we've been seeing throughout this entire report, AI popped up. right? So most companies are trying to either put a label of AI on something, or some companies have either been doing this for a little bit of time and now it's like this is my moment to shine. And so I would say the pivot is to really kind of become part of those companies. And the question is, uh, if the company is already operating lean, that might be a good place to go because they're already operating lean. You're going to be, it may not be a large company, it could be a small company, but you're going to be a huge asset to that and their growth. And if they're in this position of really making change in regards to AI, then you might be in a good spot. But it just kind of, the overall story is kind of still sad to me, in regards to just, hey, like, obviously looking at, for example, with Salesforce is a little bit different. They're hiring sales people, um, but for other roles, it's like easy or quicker to neglect. Like for example, what they said earlier about the sales engineers and how they're like reluctant to hire more sales engineers because of what AI has been capable of doing. Is
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was a role that everybody was getting back in the day because you needed not sales engineers, sorry, software engineers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the fact that nowadays, and I've seen some actual posts about this where guys are like, and guys and gals are like, I've been studying for this, I know Python, all the different things, and now I could go to now ChatGPT can do what it took me like however long to do. They can do it in a matter of minutes, if not seconds. It's a little bit daunting. And so right now, the question, this is for the chat as well, what that pivot looks like for you. What
Yeah.
does that pivot look like for you? Is it a pivot into sales? Is it a pivot into just kind of making sure you're aligned with a company that does is a market fit and is actually pivoting, it's actually positioned themselves to be a industry leader when it comes to AI impacting various really, really, really key areas. And so, one thing that I definitely have to highlight is the fact that they did specifically say the contact center. For those who are familiar with the contact center, it's what everybody kind of either they like, oh, they think it's a call center. It's a call center, of course, it's customer service, but it's a lot more than that. It's retention, it's support.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many aspects to the contact center, which really provides a really great ROI, return on value, when AI is implemented there. It's easier to see, it's easier to kind of even tally and say, okay, I could see a visible ROI, and this is how it's affecting us financially. Not just cutting out jobs, but just overall customer satisfaction, and other things, and net promoter scores, and so on and so forth. So that is something that we have to see what's the pivot for, like what's the pivot to, like where can AI have its most valuable place and position ourselves there. And I think that it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. However, it's one thing that we need to think about.
Prepared for it. Yeah, type of deal. Bro, it's I've been seeing it more and more, but I saw a couple of videos where some guys, AI laid them off basically from their writing jobs, and
Wow.
basically they were writing for companies, and yeah, not only, one guy was doing like 4 articles a month, so like one a week, but they were having all these back and forths. So it's like they create, then they send it over, they review it, and all this stuff takes days, and then they send it back. He makes the edit, and then it's done. And he said, they just stopped sending them work, and then next thing you know, they had 4 or 5 in a week that were posted. So um,
Mm,
that's the kind of impact that AI is having in certain spaces now, but obviously it's going to continue to spread out, right? You mentioned software dev, but one thing that I did think of when I was looking at those videos, I was like, as the expert in the space, maybe the thing for you to do, or maybe at least try, or maybe look into, is becoming the AI expert of that thing, and making maybe a GPT wrapper and selling that to those companies, right? Or hey, I know you think you can use Chat GPT for software development, but here's why my company is better. Softwaredevi.com, right? Here's why softwaredevi.com is better than using Chat GPT. I've been a
mm,
software engineer for 5 years, 10 years. there are things that I know that are, that we do specifically in companies that right now ChatGPT is going to do it, but it's not going to be as specific as what softwaredevi.com does. And just using your experience on top of ChatGPT, because if they're going to use it anyway, a lot of people, they don't care about, like, we use ChatGPT wrappers all the time. We just don't know it. And all
Mhm.
that is like a company that has made a company, and ChatGPT, or whatever else they want to use, is the like the structure, the base of it. But we
Yeah,
don't know because
the
they
model
put a
that's
pretty
built off of
wrapper.
it.
Yeah. So why not do that for whatever space you're in? Like I thought about that when I saw the writers, right? Like if you've been writing for 5-10 years for companies, hey, you typing in, write me an article into ChatGPT, it's gonna be okay, but it's not gonna be what you need to see what you're looking for on your page. How do I know this? I've been doing it for 15 years, 10 years, whatever. And so
Yeah.
this is what you need. And using that as a way to still get the business, still, be able to work, but now you became the place that people are going to. So that's definitely one way that I thought of that possibly could mitigate a lot of the stuff that's going on for some
Yeah.
people, because obviously everybody's not going to do that. It just sounds like too much.
Yeah, I think just kind of piggybacking on what you said, I think it's gonna require like an industry, like the combination of being an industry expert, building your brand, consultancy, and then some sort of like enablement, combination with AI that I think a lot of people are gonna go to, because listen, a lot of these models are built, especially if you think about DeepSeek. What do they build on? They build on experts and their knowledge and what they know, and that's where these models are building from. So if you could combine that with somebody who says, "Hey, listen, I'm the expert in this field. I have 20, 25, 30 plus years of experience in it. This is what I can see. This is how you can use AI better." Da 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 da. It's a powerful combination. It reminds me of one of the stories I'm trying to find right now about this lawyer. I don't know if you remember that story about the lawyer that
Um,
got fired and he created his
what's
own
what's
AI.
crazy, bro?
Yeah,
I do remember that story. And what's wild is I just passed a video yesterday, Saturday, that man, I can't even remember the name of the company, but that's basically what he's trying to do now, or he did. He raised
yeah.
goo gobs of money, but it's a AI lawyer company.
Mhm.
And it might be that guy. I just couldn't remember the name. But yeah, bro, like he obviously saw the writing on the wall, and made a pivot, and it is crushing for him.
Yeah, yeah, and that was the thing. He got fired. And yeah, it
Oh,
was like, oh, I
Harvey
remember his name
AI.
is Zach. I think it was Zachary because I'm looking up right now. But basically, he got let go. He got fired, um, because he decided to use AI for his practice because it made him more efficient. Because a lot of things that are in the legal arena take are very very outdated. Like my wife used to be a
Yeah.
stenographer, so like there actually has a oh, by the way, for people who don't know, side note, there's a rise for needs of stenographers, believe it or not, in the industry. And some people
That
are
is
they're
interesting.
providing courses for free for people that want to get into the stenography field. Because what they found is that some people use tape recorders and things of that nature, and it's not necessarily it's missing things. Like if the tape recorder is destroyed, that's it. you know, and
Mm.
because they're very careful of not wanting this information to leak, they're still trusting humans to be the ones to transcribe it. So if that's something that you're interested in looking into, and maybe you can be a pioneer in that industry by utilizing AI in a way that makes people feel more comfortable. That's something you could also think about as well. But yeah, I found the person. It was Zachary Crabble. Basically had an issue with AI, and then he started a company, and now he made a huge glow up from that moment.
Yeah, and I just put one in the docket as well that I came across this past weekend. It was Harvey AI. Um
Oh, nice.
yeah, and again, it's just, it's one of those things where it's coming to a head, and they're like, yo, how can I um figure out some way to use AI to get this thing done? And he raised $300 million.
Wow.
$300 million by getting this done. And
Wow.
yeah, again, I just saw it this weekend, but I'm thinking and I'm seeing this over and over again. I'm like, yo, this is gonna not only come back, but it could be the difference and really change the game for you. Because if you do this for your
Hmm.
company that you work for, and then you just parlay that into another name, or another big name, or another name, like, hey, we now partner with such and such, and then you continue on, like, it could really turn into something like this. This guy Harvey AI, $300 million raised by putting basically a ChatGPT wrapper around his space, specifically to the
Yep.
things that they know by being a professional lawyer.
Yeah. And it says right here, domains is specific AI for law firms, professional service providers, and the Fortune 500. So really kind of getting your niche right there in the
That's it.
marketplace. And so, hey, listen, uh, whenever there's lemons that roll your way, this is a great reminder that there's lemonade that can be found. And so, listen, if you have any thoughts or comments, let us know in the comments section below as well. As you know, we always want to hear from you and hear your thoughts and opinions about these topics. But yeah, again, there's a lot of people that we may know of or don't know that have been affected by this, and again, switching to focusing on personal branding, focusing on how they can make an impact on a consultancy basis has been a huge thing. And so there's so much more that we can do. There's so much more that we can do in this space, and just wanted to make sure we kind of emphasize that. But listen, y'all, we're getting towards the end of the show. Feel free, if you have not, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to even call into the show, there's an option to do that as well. So you can feel free to call in, let us know your thoughts, and we could definitely hear from you about that, about anything really that we went over to talk about. But I want to go to the brown box special that we have here. Again, the brown box special is for those who don't know. It is a time for you to share your stories, whether it's when you were fired, let go, or when you quit your job. And this is a therapeutic moment for us all where we can laugh at our pain. And so this one is a very interesting one because this story comes from Reddit. And basically, what the author says here is not really crazy, but I burnt my bleep employer pretty badly. I was working for a private health services company doing some specialized administrative work, and from the beginning, they did not provide the compensation we agreed upon. I tried negotiating with the director for 6 months, but when I realized he was not going to hold up his end, I found another job. I timed it perfectly, though. Several staff members were taking their vacation the same week, so I volunteered to take on 60 plus hours while they were gone. I never showed
God,
up that
dog.
Monday because I was starting my new job. I'm saying it again. He said I never showed up Monday. I did a 60 plus hours that week, but I never showed up Monday because I still starting my new job. When the director called me to vent about my unprofessionalism, what I did was I told him how badly he screwed me and how much of a financial struggle I was in because he refused to pay me what we agreed on. He was speechless. Although he never admitted it, he knew I was 100% right. Best feeling ever. Let me know, y'all, what would y'all do something like that?
Nah,
No. Me
nah, I
neither.
can't. Nah, I can't. I don't know. I think I don't know. There's a certain type of decorum that you
Yep.
gotta hold yourself to, and you never know. Like, you never want to burn a bridge too crazy, because you never know when you'll have to cross back over it.
Yeah.
And it might be one of those things where he left that job, and then now they're trying to get another one, and then that guy is over that job
Mhm.
because you caused them to go down when you did that. And
Yeah.
so now he's over this company, but this is where you really want to, like, your dream spot. And they sitting there looking at you like, remember me? I don't know. It could just be me, but yeah, I don't like doing that kind of stuff right there. That I'd rather just tell them, like, let them know. I'll let you know, hey, you did me dirty. I don't appreciate it. I got to get up out of here. But I wouldn't go that far. That's why. That's like I don't know, pouring sugar in the gas tank.
Yeah.
Smashing out the window. That's that far. That's not me. I can't do it.
Yeah, he probably go into that meeting and the guy looks at him and says, Monday, Monday. He's like, oh snap, he remembered. I didn't come in that Monday.
Just turn on back around. Just turn on back around.
Bye. See you later. But yeah, I probably wouldn't done that because again, this is a very, very, very small world, so you never know. Especially if since it was a private health services company, it might be even a smaller world. But yeah, so I wouldn't have done it. But yeah, it says a lot when on both sides when he tried to negotiate with the director for 6 months, but then realized he was not going to hold up his end of the work. I probably would have had a little more, tried to have a little bit more longer conversation to see like, hey, at least let's come to a compromise instead of trying to do that. But Operation Tech Takeover says not big on burning bridges. That's true.
No, man. Yeah,
That's
and
true.
and that, I agree, right? Like technically, yes, the company was wrong. Like they're not operating in integrity,
Yeah.
but yeah, you can't lower yourself to other people as well, though. Like you gotta still ride high. Like I said, operate with that certain level of decorum. It'll
Yeah.
come back. It'll come back.
Yeah. Keep burning bridges and you'll be stranded on an island.
Big
And
facts.
and then it's gonna be a little bit harder to get off of it. I mean, you could learn a tugboat, but it might be a little bit
Gotta get
harder
there.
to get there. But yeah, y'all. So thank you all for rocking with us again on this episode of Talk That Tech. Definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us on this early March. I know we had a great. The year has been interesting in a lot of different ways, but thank you guys for still rocking with us, still connecting with us, and we want to definitely make sure that we keep providing this content to you. So let us know in the comment section what you want to see next week or at another time, and then we'll definitely talk about it. Let us know in the comment section. But until then, this has been Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We're gonna see y'all next week, baby.
yes, peace and elbow grease.